What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's vlog we have a couple installs. Finally we have a weekend where it's sunny and it's not been raining, so I am very excited to kind of get on this install because I've been having this part for like I think a little bit over a week now, and I haven't had the chance to install it per the weather, but now we got some sun and I'm excited to finally install this part. Not only do we have one install, but we also have another install today. It's definitely going to spice up the interior very much. Big shout out to my boy Vincent, who has the yellow Panda 86 up north. So big shout out to my guy for getting these parts to me. So let me go ahead and turn this car on, put it on jack stands, because actually it's been a little while since I even turned this car on. So definitely gonna be a nice little cold start right now. As you guys might know, if you guys have been following on the vlogs, I've actually bought another car and I've been driving that car on the daily, so I haven't had a chance to really start this car or anything. Alright guys, so we have two packages here, both installs. This right here is going to be the main install, and then this will be the secondary after we get this one installed. So let's go ahead, open up this box, see what we got, and then we'll go ahead and open up this one. So here is everything outside of the box. Look at all these carbon fiber pieces we have for the interior, guys. So we have the door handle section, and then for the controls inside, and then we have our gauge cluster right here, and then we have right here on top of this area, I think it will look so freaking dope as you're like looking at it from the front windshield and you see that it's carbon. I really like that look, so I'm super excited for that. Like I said, my boy Vincent helped me out on getting these. He's running these on his car, and as you see, they already kind of come with 3M on them. It looks pretty freaking good. Like, look at the weaves, it's all clean, they're not messed up inside. As you can see from like the back as well, it's, you know, the carbon right here. So but what I'm really excited for, what this main install is, guys, is this Billet Works short shifter, you guys. So definitely I did a little bit of research because there's a couple short shifters you can get, but this one, the Billet Works, seems to be where you kind of get the most percentage in terms of, like, you know, how short the throws actually are. If I'm not mistaken, on the video of the Billet Works install, when they're like showing you some of the different kinds of short shifters and then theirs and the installation, they kind of measure it out. I believe the throw from OEM is like 3.13 inches or so, whereas this is like 2 inches and some change. So definitely that is like somewhat of a big difference. You know, 30% is like a pretty big difference in terms of like the range of throws. So I'm definitely excited to see just how that feels once we get this installed. So it's definitely something I've been looking at for a little while now. I know that it's going to kind of like change the experience, especially with all the other stuff we kind of have coming in pretty soon. I do also have some of the tools that we're going to be using for the short shifter. So I went to go ahead and pick up this snap ring plier set at Walmart. It was like $5, and then you're gonna need like a screwdriver, and then like a 12mm and a 10mm as well, and then you're gonna need some Allen keys for this area right here. We're gonna have to kind of go inside, pry off some of the plastics in the area, take off the shift boot and whatnot, and the e-brake boot and everything to kind of get to that area. And then from the videos I saw from like Kevin Vo and Billet Works, after you do that, you kind of have to get under the car as well. Let's go ahead and get inside the car and let's see what we got to take off. So once you get in here, you're gonna have to take off 2 tabs on the center console. One of them being right here, you gotta take off that tab, and then on the other side of the center console, you gotta take off that tab. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that I have both of those screws on each side taken off, it's literally, you know, just screws to get a Phillips screwdriver to take it off. Now we can go ahead and take off the shift knob as well as the e-brake boot. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the shift boot off. As you guys can see, we have our shift knob pulled off. So now we have to take off this area here, and then we can access all of this area. Okay, you guys, so after I broke my plastic pry tool, I had to use this flathead little screwdriver to get the plastic off, so just be careful. But like I said, you're gonna then go ahead and take off these two bolts right here, and it should allow us to kind of pull these off right here on the sides. I just wanted to kind of get a lot of the more parts off, and then run you guys down through it. So like I said, we took off this trim right here, and then we were able to kind of take off the boot right here as well. So one of the things I was trying to avoid, I didn't want to take off any of these carbon overlays. I just didn't feel like reapplying it. So I was able to do that. And then we were able to take off these two screws right here. And that is going to allow you to lift this up. But for me, because I have the roll cage here and I still haven't, done anything with the back seat, I actually just kind of moved it a little bit, enough for me to access these two bolts right here. And then what we're gonna do after that is we're gonna actually separate these two plastic pieces in the center that's holding these two sides together. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that right now. So like I said, we already got these two screws off that were down here, and then we were able to separate these two plastic pieces. So this came from right here and it was connected to this other one over here. So for this one, we left it connected because it actually has connections right here. So when you're taking it off, you can just pull it up and then pull it out, and it should come off very, very easily. Like I said, just leave it hanging on the side for that one. This one we took completely off. There's no wires or nothing that's kind of relying to it. So definitely that's the easy part. Now we got to go ahead and, you could just take off these little plastic pieces here. You could go ahead and spin them and pull them at the same time, and they should come out like so. And then we can go ahead and take this off here. And then it's going to reveal to us these three bolts right here, as well as everything else that we're going to need to take off. So these as well. So let's go ahead and take those off, and then we'll go to the next spot. I know that was a little bit just because I'm trying to go step by step to maybe help some of you guys out. But definitely that was pretty easy to take off, I'm not gonna lie. But we ended up taking off the metal piece. I put it under there, and that's 4 12mm bolts. And then you got your other pieces right here, which are 10mm, and there's 3 of them. So just make sure these are loose. And now we gotta go under the car and take off the bottom section of this part. Now we're under the car. Here is like the location. So here's the exhaust here, and then what you're gonna be looking for is literally right here where the front pipe is at, and it's right there, that plastic piece. So we're gonna have to try to take off that plastic piece and then reveal the ring pin that's on there, and take off the washer and take off the cover, and then that should allow us to get the bottom off so we can pull it up through the top. The boot is now off, and as you can see, now the bottom of the shifter is revealed, and you can see that there is a pin. There's a pin right here that you got to take off, and that is why we bought the tool that we bought, so we could take that pin off. And then there's a washer right there, and then we should be able to pull this piece right here out off of that so we can pull it through. So let's go ahead and do that. Just to let you guys know, it's a little bit hard to get the right angles down here, so just bear with me, yeah? Now that we were able to do that on the bottom, we can go ahead and take these screws off here, pull that out. Alright, so we got it out. It's crazy. Never thought I'd see it like this before. Here is literally the billet short shifter here, along with the OEM shifter. So I did line them up so we can kind of see somewhat of the difference on them. And yeah, there's you can see there's a difference in height. There's a slight difference right here. This one's a little bit shorter, as you can see. We have to transfer a couple of these things over to the new shifter, so we have to change over the boot. We have to change over some of these components here, you guys. So let me go ahead and run it through that, and then let's see how it looks. Alright guys, so after taking everything apart off the OEM shifter, I transferred over this plastic piece from the OEM along with this metal part right here for the bolts. Everything else is what kind of came with the new shifter, aside from the boots. Also took off the boots from there as well. But yeah, now we got it all set up. I lubed it up a little bit too, so if you have anything to like lube up the rod, definitely will I think help in the future. But some of the older videos, it does mention to transfer some of these plastic pieces, but when I opened it up, it did have 2 black plastic pieces already. It also already came with one of these as well on the new shifter, but I just, to play it safe, I just took the OEM one just because I didn't want anything to go wrong. I don't think they're different necessarily in size either. It doesn't look like it. And then this right here, this is flat, so I didn't want to use that because this is like curved a little bit. So those are my reasonings on reusing that. We got it all ready to go. That moves up, that moves good. So now let's go ahead and put this back into the car. Back in the car, and as you can see, we need to feed this bottom part through the hole here. So let's go ahead and feed it through. Put it back in. I snugged these up just enough, got them down to a point where the assembly would like kind of stay in position. Like I said, make sure this is very, very important. Make sure this is facing this way, because this is part of the whole reverse lockout area. And then, so one of the hardest parts I was like kind of struggling with right now is I put the linkage in from, you know, the trans to the shifter, and the boot, putting the boot back on was a struggle. So definitely if you have one of those like pick tools or whatever to help, that would definitely help you out. Just kind of gonna make sure that I'm in first here, and then make sure that reverse works as well. Alright, that's good. So let me go ahead and tighten it down while we're in first, and then I'll go ahead and pull it back and then tighten it down otherwise. Now that we got that checked and everything's all buttoned up, let's go ahead and put everything back together just how we did it, but in reverse. Let's do one of these. Okay, so everything is all back together all nicely. I had to take this off. I had to reapply some 3M to this carbon fiber overlay right here. So we're gonna do that right now. But check this out, you guys. Look at that. Sheesh. Like, this is even shinier than the OEM. That's for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so honestly, the biggest difference I could say in terms of the new short shifter from Billetworks is first and second. I probably believe that is like where I get like the most, I can notice that it's like a little bit of a shorter throw than OEM. Like I said, for the most part, it's not like a crazy amount or anything like that, but you know, you can slightly tell the difference, like I said, more or less in first and second, where it's just like bang bang, you know what I mean, bang bang, you know, and then bang, and then you know, bang. It feels really good, I'm not gonna lie. I have the install kind of downloading right now just because I haven't, you know, been able to download it, and it's a little bit of a hassle if it keeps coming up every single time. So I just said whatever, while we do these next carbon overlay installs, I'll kind of let that download. So let me go ahead and grab the box with all the carbon fiber overlays and let's get to it. I decided we can start off on the doors first. So I got the inner door part right here, and it's gonna go exactly like that. Dang, that looks so good already. So like I said, you guys, it does come with its own tape on the back. So let me just go ahead and pull this off and then apply it. I already cleaned this up so that way it's gonna stick a lot better. So let me go ahead and see what it looks like when we got it on. Got it on here, and geez, it definitely does like add to the door. That's for real. Like, kind of step back and you come close and it's like boom, carbon. The fitment is like very nice, like super on point. So like, as you can see, it kind of goes all the way up into the edge right here, and then it comes over to the edge, and it's like literally on point, like I said. So I really like this aspect right here. It just lines up perfectly with this material. And there's like no interference when opening the door or with the lock or anything. And then this right here, same thing. Looks like there's like a little bit of interference right here. Look at this, check this out. And then the light, gonna have to see if I can push this up a little bit, but should be good everywhere else. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to the passenger side, and then we'll start with this area over here. Now we have the passenger side on, and geez, look at that glousiness, man. I even put the centerpiece back on, and honestly, it feels so much better with the tape that I threw on there. It like just fits in very well. This side was kind of lifting up a lot, and it was like very annoying. So definitely it feels so stuck now, so definitely enjoy that. Okay, so now for the very last part, we have the carbon cluster area right here, along with this area. I'm like really excited for this right here because it just looks so freaking cool. And then like you'll be able to kind of like see it from the outside, from afar, and which you could also see like the vertex like red strip right here from the outside too. All right guys, so we officially have every little piece on, except for one. We actually couldn't put on the cluster gauge you guys see here, just because it's meant for a right-hand drive, because the open hole was on the other side of the piece where it should be on the left-hand side for you know, left-hand drive. So yeah, I already hit them up and they said they'll kind of switch it out. But check this out, look at this part right here. This was gonna be my favorite part because I only had seen that done on my boy Vincent's, and this is the reason why I hit him up for this. But this is what I mean by you can literally see it from afar outside of the window, just the carbon right there. Like, that is so sick, dude. Like, it is so nice, dude. It would have paired up so freaking well with the gauge cluster, but it's okay. We'll get that eventually, you guys. But damn, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm like very happy with the pieces of carbon that we got. We could have actually gotten this section right here in carbon, this middle section right here in the center console. We could have gotten that whole part carbon, along with carbon right here on these side panels that you see here. I just opted out for not getting that. And then they also have carbon right here for the glove box right there on top, right under the AC vent. I was considering getting that, but I figured, hey, we have some other stuff kind of coming in right now. Let me go ahead and do some of these parts that I think are pretty cool and that like I would personally enjoy. We'll kind of go ahead and tackle those other pieces later on. Glad that we went ahead and did all this stuff, you guys. I'm very happy with these pieces right here. The fitment on this actually was like almost perfect. I'd say about like 95%. So not many can really see or notice, but I had to kind of like make sure that end was on first, like perfectly, and then push everything kind of this way to make sure that this side over here gets covered just enough. So you might not be able to notice, but it's like very slightly, like so slightly. But like I said, I had to like push it all the way over to make sure that it was going to cover this area well enough, and it did. So definitely like this. This lines up really good with the AC vent. Let's actually take a look at what it looks like from the inside. Close the door. Ooh, shiny. Yes. Honestly, it should have came with all these options from factory, dude. Like, I know it's supposed to be a budget car and everything, but geez, come on, you know, give us some more options, eh? One thing I haven't done yet is I haven't gone with a drive for this car yet and actually put some power behind our new shifter. So let's go ahead and see how this feels with the new shifter. You guys, I absolutely love this shifter. I don't know why, just when you're actually driving, it definitely gives it more of a feel. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like more of like a raw feel, you know? Like, it's a little bit more like aggressive through the shifts. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it definitely feels good. You know, just a little pops for the weekend, you know what I mean? It's definitely a lot sooner for you to downshift and upshift. Like, it feels really good, you guys. Alright, so we got the car back at home, you guys. And like I said, the short shifter freaking feels awesome. Even though it's like a slight difference in terms of like from OEM to the billet works, it's like 30% of a change, you know what I mean? You can slightly feel the difference. Like I said, first and second gear, I can definitely feel more of the difference, and like in reverse. I'm glad that I was able to kind of tackle that, because like I said, I had that part for like a couple weeks now. Definitely changes the feel of the car. Just want to let you guys know that next weekend is going to be Formula Drift, you guys. So we are going to actually be displaying this car for the Toyota booth at Formula Drift. I am so freaking excited, you guys, because that is literally going to be the second time since we picked this car up back in 2022. So I'm so excited for that. If you guys are in the SoCal area and you guys are near Long Beach or whatever, Formula Drift is going to be there, and so will we, and we'll be, you know, revealing the carbon hood for the first time, you know, and some of the other carbon parts as well, you guys. So definitely excited for that. Definitely you guys should come out if you guys have never been. It's an experience. There's just, the competition is crazy. The experience is definitely different from the norm, you guys. So anyways, I am definitely gearing up for everything else that's coming after this, you guys. So like I said, we're kind of preparing for all these engine mods. I keep trying to keep you guys in the loop and keep you guys updated on that. Like I said, I hit them up recently. If you guys have been following, and the parts and everything should be here probably by the end of next week, if not in the week after that, which is completely fine, because like I said, this upcoming week we have Formula Drift anyways. We have to tackle that, and then we have some other stuff that we need to do to kind of tie in with that. Get prepared for a couple more installs on the way, you guys. In this next vlog after this one, you guys, I will be revealing the car that I've been, you know, driving for a couple weeks now. The car that I picked up that I've been kind of hinting to you guys with these past couple episodes. So it's definitely an exciting car. I have not had this brand of car yet. It has a, you know, a great potential for a lot of power, and all I gotta hint to you guys is that it's not a 4-cylinder. So that's all I'm going to say, you guys. You guys will have to stay tuned for the next episode to see what we picked up. If you guys first time to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe. You guys, we are trying to get past 10,000, and I know we can do it. I just need your guys' help. So please hop on and join the family and support. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting so far, and to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to do more cool stuff with all of you guys and take you along for the journey. That's all I got for this episode, you guys. Make sure you guys live long and prosper, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.